In 2013, LeBron James had the best season in NBA history, but instead, he was robbed of a major trophy. That year, LeBron won everything, including an NBA championship, Finals MVP, Season MVP, 27-game win streak, All-NBA First Team, and All-Defensive First Team. The only major award that LeBron didn't win that year was Defensive Player of the Year, which he lost to Marc Gasol. What's crazy is that Marc wasn't even first-team all-defensive player, but he still won DPOY. Another robbery that LeBron faced was not winning unanimous MVP, losing by only one vote. LeBron had 120 out of 121 votes for him. The one person who didn't vote for LeBron James voted for Carmelo Anthony, who came third in MVP voting.
Championships.
Not two.
LeBron, tell us about that.
Not 2, not 3, not 4, not 5, not 6, not 7.
11 months after LeBron said he's going to win more than 7 championships with the Miami Heat, he was embarrassed by Dirk Nowitzki and the Mavericks. Not only did LeBron lose, he was defeated by a 5'11 player. This shows some holes in LeBron's game, just like his bad outside shot and a terrible post game. LeBron turned to Hakeem Olajuwon to work on his post game. James also added on some muscle and wouldn't leave the gym without making hundreds of shots. When the 2012 season started, LeBron's workouts paid off. He was shooting 53% from the field and 36% from the three-point line. He won the regular season MVP and he placed 4th in Defensive Player of the Year. In the playoffs, James played the best game he's played in that season against Boston in Game 6. Then LeBron faced off OKC and won the championship that he said he was going to win with the Heat. In 2013, LeBron somehow got even better. This season, LeBron shot 56% from the field and a career high of 41% from the three-point line. LeBron also averaged 27 points, 7 assists, and 8 rebounds. Though LeBron was similarly the same player as 2012, his coach played him differently. In offense, the Heat basically rejected that you had to play with 2 bigs, and LeBron was operating as the 4th, playing as a point forward. Miami's small ball lineup really made them efficient in fast breaks and really fast against their opponents. Shooters spread around LeBron, which made them really open, and they got a lot of open shots. The Miami Heat coach was the first coach to use aggressive trapping and switching on defense. Realized that LeBron could switch to any position and guard all 5 positions. LeBron's versatility was what made the Miami Heat coach be able to play with only one big man. Miami won a franchise record 66 games in the regular season, and LeBron deservedly won the MVP for the 4th time. In the playoffs, the Heat got through the East, and they played one of the most amazing finals series in NBA history. On the verge of defeat, Ray Allen hit a game-tying shot. That game-tying shot let the Heat win Game 6. In Game 7, LeBron proved his clutch factor again, hitting a super clutch shot. But despite all this success, LeBron was still pissed about this season, and he had good reason to be. Michael Jordan and Hakeem Olajuwon were the only players in NBA history to win both MVP and Defensive Player of the Year. LeBron finished 2nd in 2009, 4th in 2010, and 4th in 2012. 2013 was supposed to be his year of winning DPOY, but Marc Gasol took that claim. So, was LeBron really that good defensively, or was he just salty because he didn't achieve this feat and Michael Jordan did? LeBron averaged 1.7 steals and 0.9 blocks, but Gasol averaged 1.0 steals and 1.7 blocks. If all the stats lean toward Gasol, why is LeBron pissed that he didn't get the award? Well, there are multiple reasons why LeBron should have won it and not Gasol. The first reason is that Defensive Player of the Year is more of a team award and not an individual award. In 2013, Gasol played with Mike Conley and Tony Allen in the backcourt. They were one of, if not the best perimeter defenders out there. Mark also had Rudy Gay, Tayshaun Prince, and Zach Randolph, who were all great defensive players. That goes to show that Gasol had more help than James did that season. Another reason why LeBron was snubbed is because Defensive Player of the Year has been historically for big men. Between 1997 and 2013, Ron Artest was the only non-big man to win the award. However, the third reason and the most ridiculous thing was that the voting itself was rigged. Because Marc Gasol won Defensive Player of the Year and he didn't make all defensive first team. How is that possible, you may ask? It's because Defensive Player of the Year was voted by the media. This is different than defensive team because that was voted by the NBA coaches. By coaches voting, it was Tony Allen that received the most votes with 53 votes. LeBron came in second with 52 points. Gasol was only the fourth best center, winning just 12 total points. The same thing happened in 2012 when Tyson Chandler won Defensive Player of the Year and only made the second all-defensive team. So we can all agree that the voting was kind of messed up in those years. Does that mean that Marc Gasol didn't deserve it and LeBron was the clear winner? The answer is yes and no. There were plenty of guys who deserved to win DPOY that year. Serge Ibaka was the best shot blocker that year. Chris Paul was the best stealer that year. And Paul George always guarded the best opposing player on the best defensive team in the NBA. So why did LeBron feel like he was robbed? The answer is simple. In 2013, LeBron played the most versatile defense the NBA has ever seen. At 6'9" and 270 pounds, LeBron was big enough to guard power forward and centers. LeBron did the same thing that Gasol could do, like massively coordinating the defense from the back line. Then he also shut down the opponent's best players in the clutch. He was stepping in the passing lanes to steal and prevent passes. And let's not forget his trademark chase down blocks and transitions. Throughout NBA history, nobody could guard 1 through 5 as successfully as LeBron did. Though there was a variety of players who could have won DPOY in 2013, nobody did more different things defensively than LeBron did. That's why he deserved to win the award. There is also another way that voters robbed LeBron from a trophy, and that was in the 2013 MVP voting. LeBron dominantly won the MVP in 2013, winning 120 out of 121 first place votes, with one vote going to Carmelo Anthony, which made a lot of people laugh. The guy who voted for Carmelo Anthony and not LeBron was from Boston. Boston fans didn't really like LeBron because of the way he defeated them. The guy who voted for Carmelo said, "When I placed my MVP vote, I knew I was in the minority." He also said, "I knew LeBron James was the favorite to win because he unquestionably is the best player in the game." He finally said, "I voted for Carmelo Anthony based on his importance to the New York Knicks." He basically said he knew LeBron was the best, but he still gave it to Carmelo, which was crazy. This was a perfect example of why media voting was a flawed system. If it wasn't for Washburn, LeBron would have been the Defensive Player of the Year, the first and only unanimous MVP, and the Finals MVP, which would have completed the most perfect season in NBA history. But to be fair, this also should have happened when Shaquille O'Neal was the best by far player in the NBA. Like LeBron, Shaq was 1 point away from being the first unanimous MVP. And the other vote went to Allen Iverson. Iverson's main strength was scoring, but it was Shaq who led the NBA with 30 points, 14 rebounds, and 4 assists. For Shaq to not win the unanimous MVP was simply another robbery. This goes to prove that media voting should not be a thing, and it should only be up to the coaches.